Hey traders, Mike Katz here coming to you from Florida. 7 points takeaways. And today on Wednesday we had some okay action. It was really nice sitting with Stan and Krishna and some of the guys here, getting to know some of the interviewees, and lots of good times here. Decent trades, nothing crazy, nothing fantastic to write home about. But let's go over a couple here. We had Fed Day, and most of the day, I think after say 11 o'clock, it was just a wait and see mode. And afterwards, the market had a spike. And if you were involved in that spike, you caught some action. And there was one retracement on the spiders, and that was it. But early on, before we went into that quiet period, I had one good trade in AMD that turned out okay. Where here, let's zoom in a little bit. Where for the morning pre-market, it starts making a higher high, higher low, and comes back and does that over and over, higher high, higher low. And here, basically, it makes a lower low for the first time. And for me, it was just a setup where on the bounce, I get short versus the high, thinking that since it made a lower low here, it should also make a lower high. And on this push here into 60, shorted some versus the high and got a very nice quick wash, started working right away and went sideways, covered half into this drop, reshorted it here, covered half again, and then just repeated it. And then eventually it just went sideways and started creeping up, and I took some off here and then some off here afterwards on this drop. So a few times there was nice winners, and then on the last one it was a small loss. So that one ended up being a nice one. AMD, usually good volume, decent range, will give us the ability to get in and get out and not have to move the stock by trying to do some size. So this was pretty good, AMD. Let's think what else. WYNN. This one I'll go over. I mentioned it earlier on Twitter with some executions, and I want to go over it because this will show how costly one mistake could be. So initially I traded this on, let's see, where was that? Right here on the long side on this wash, thinking where are we here? So on these charts, let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. There we go. So we had this drop here with this washout here right on the open, and I'm thinking it's coming in to yesterday's highs, into these levels here, into this consolidation. So this could be a good spot to get long. So I got long here on this drop early, and that ended up being a loss pretty quickly and ended up taking it off. I believe it was right here for a small loss, but it was information, right? It was information that the stock's weak, it's trending down. And let's try to see if we can find some setups on the short side, at which point start shorting some here and then here in this consolidation for lower highs, covered into the wash, reshorted it back over here. So far everything according to plan, working out really nicely, and it's got some nice volume, so it's easy to put on some size, even though it's a little bit spready. And then cover into this wash as well, and then I short the next bounce right over here, and my stop for the whole time is right above 169, like 169.21, I believe it was. It came close a couple times and it didn't stop me out, and here shorted and covered, and here shorted again. And at this point getting a little bit frustrated. Let's see if we could kind of go back and see what I was seeing in real time. There we go. So basically on this pullback here, I was expecting a much bigger drop, and it corrected with time. It didn't really come straight down here to 166, 167. So when it started curling back up from this point, let's see, can I learn to work these charts here? When it started curling back up here, I'm thinking, all right, this is potentially a higher low, and it's gonna go up. And instead of letting my stop take me out, I use the next few minutes to kind of scale out of the position as it's pulling back in. And that's where I broke the rule. The rule was, let the stock take me out with my stop. Um, and instead, I covered at 168-ish, and then watch the stock go down, retrace a little, and then keep going down, and then had a really big drop. Boom. So this thing went as low as 164, 163, 162 and change. So basically 4 or 5 point dip. And when you're doing size, that translates into a lot of dollars and cents. And me trying to be cute, trying to save $1, right? So I covered around 168 instead of giving it room for that additional dollar and letting the stop take me out. I kind of manually took it off and basically missed out on this big drop and $4 or $5 move on size. You guys can do the math. That translates into a lot of dollars and cents. And it ended up coming back. I probably would have been taking some off here and then the rest here into the close because it's not something I'd want to swing. But costly mistake, and these are things that we got to continue to work on. And usually they will cost us money. And if I don't follow my rules, it's going to be very hard for me to have the confidence to continue to trade size, because then I'm more reactive and more emotionally making decisions. Yeah, so that's why the rules are in place. So that's going to be my takeaway for myself for today and win. While I did finish green in the stock, taking that early loss on the wash, but then making money on the short side from this point on. While I did finish decently green, this could have been one of those really, really nice days where this drop could have really translated into a nice move, covering some into the wash, covering some into the curl up, and then into the close. And it might not sound like a big difference, but you make a mistake like that a day, two mistakes like that a day, and before you know it, that's going to be your whole day, right? I mean, it's very easy to take a position like this and miss out on fives and tens of thousands of dollars, and then that's your whole day right there. So these mistakes could be costly. So this was one that I'd like to have back. And then CRBP was another one. So that's my second mistake on the day. First of all, this is a day two. If we look here at the longer term chart, this thing was dropping yesterday, and then it was dropping today. Yeah, let's zoom in a little. So today, this thing opened up at around 8.25-ish right here. We quickly jump on board and we start shorting this here, and Stan called us out really well, and this ended up being a nice, smooth, easy ride down, and broke $8 right here. And I basically added more here in this consolidation, thinking that if it's going to hold below $8, I want to be in it, and if it will reclaim $8, reclaim VWAP, I'd like to get out. But instead it went lower, which was nice. And then here I just got kind of a little anxious, a little bored, and I ended up taking the position off at 70. I think it was right here, 75 and 70, and it was also a pretty decent size. And this is a penny pilot stock that trades in nickel spreads, and very quickly once it starts to go, it can move big. And another one where you could do size in. So it ended up dropping another, what is this, like 40-50 cents on size. That adds up as well. And so I ended up taking it off. The whole time I was looking to get back in, but I hesitated, and then this thing just took off without me. So here's another one. So this is the second rule broken, and the second one that was real dollars and cents in terms of what I could have made, but I missed out on it. So the key is to just follow the rules, and follow the rules. And that's what I could have done better today. I'm finishing with an okay green day, but today could have been a really nice green day. But at the same time, here in sunny Florida, looking out the window, beautiful view, nice sunshine. Gonna go get some drinks with the guys, some dinner, and can't complain, right? Really nice to be here. I'll be here for the rest of the week. And we did some interviews today, got a lot more tomorrow and the next day. And just looking forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you for the feedback. Thanks for liking the videos, all the content you guys reply to and comment on Twitter, and appreciate all that. Keep it coming, guys.